Good day, family. God bless you. Wherever you are tuning in across the world, you're viewing and tuning in to another exciting show of Senior Talk with Claire Hubbard, your resource and information show for people getting better with age. Well, we almost can scream hallelujah on this side because let me tell you, something very important for the country at large is this open enrollment period. We know October through December is really busy, but then we have a special enrollment period that kicks in January, and we were scheduled to end at the end of March. But as we would have it, because of the state of COVID, because of the great administration that we have, we can now say that we have an extended period. So what did I do? You only know that Senior Talk partners with the best in the business. So joining me today is the owner of Golden Years Agency. Hello, yay, love the name. Is Miss Tatarina. Let me tell you, Winfrey, she is busy. She has a skill level that is going to be impactful and informative to the community, and she has some great information to share with you. So welcome to Senior Talk. How are you this beautiful day?
Well, hello, Miss Clara. How are you? I'm doing fabulous. And I'm excited about being with you today.
Yes. So let's go over an introduction of who you are. You are 20 years in this industry, and then give our listening and viewing audience a brief intro of the Golden Years Agency. I love the term. I just love the name. But go ahead, dear, if you would.
Okay. Well, again, thank you for having me. Yes, my name is Tatarina. It could be a little bit complicated. I always tease my name just to say that my parents had a stuttering problem, but of course they did not. But my mom always wanted to, if she was going to have a girl, she was going to name me Tatarina. And so that's how my name came about. But speaking of my parents, that is the reason why I got into the business. I was in a completely different industry when I started, but I found myself sitting in the meetings when my parents were starting to age into Medicare. And so with that said, I was learning a lot, and I also thought that this maze of Medicare can be very confusing to the senior population. It was a little confusing to me, to be honest. But once I started grasping the information, I thought this is just really, really good information to share with my loved ones and make sure that they're making the best decision for themselves. But in addition to that, the industry that I was in, of course, I was very successful in it, but I didn't think it was purposeful. I didn't think it was gratifying. So the reason that is basically the reason why I got into the business was because I thought I was giving back to our population that were so entitled to insurance. They paid into it as they were working, and it was just, an industry that I thought that some of our population just was not aware of some of the benefits that they were entitled to, and to make them more aware of the decision making when it came to their health insurance. Health insurance is probably one of the top 5 decisions that anyone is going to make when it comes to their health. And so why not put that information into their hands and make the right decision based on their current needs? And so with that said, that's I left my industry and came over into the Medicare industry. And year by year, I was just becoming more aware of what was going on, the changes that was going on in the Medicare business, their rights that they had, where they didn't have to just completely stick with the original Medicare. Some people were not aware of that 20% that was left if they did not make a proper decision. And then there was this other decision with private insurance. And so with that said, that is the reason why I just crossed over into the right side. And it's just, it's just been amazing. It's just been amazing ride, and purposeful at the same time.
So during your building of this industry and this agency, what have been some of the barriers? Because you said you got into it because your parents were we don't say, you said aging in, we said getting better with age. Same term.
Okay. Yeah, that's the reason why I came up with the name Golden Years.
That's right.
Yep, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
And so and it's very important that you mention that, because a lot of people are where you were or are right now. They're looking at options of services for their loved ones. And there is more a lack of education as opposed to people trying to get numbers.
Yeah,
I can feel the energy of people saying, "Oh, we need to get these amount of people." I don't like that energy. If you can educate the community, that's a better ambiance of getting a client or a referral. But just trying to get numbers and meet this mark, it's not the most impactful, as you said. And I like that term, because it makes you feel like you're being sold, and you're not.
And you're absolutely right. So, I always said, I've been in corporate world for the last 17, 18 years, which is the reason why I came over and started my own agency. But you're absolutely right. It's not about the numbers, because I have always trained my agents when I was in corporate, and even now, that it's going to come. What you have to do is you have to be in the community. In our communities, there are people, we're just not aware of, first of all, our health. There are many different plans that really cater to the conditions that we are facing today. And so that is one of the aspects that I want to always educate our, we don't say the seniors, but sometimes it's not even our seniors. There are individuals that are currently much younger than me and you that are on Medicare. So it's really not even about the age, it's really about what they are entitled to. And so with that said, some of us have chronic illnesses that need to be managed properly. Yes. And when you don't know what plans are available, there are certain plans that really cater to individuals that have chronic conditions. And so that is something that needs to be spread or shared in the community. Most of my business, to be honest, Miss Clara, is coming from referrals. I always said that you don't have to chase the numbers, because when you do quality work, you're going to maintain your clients, and your clients are going to turn around and refer you. So when I look at my clients, it's steady growing, and they're not falling off of the books, because I take care of my clients. I keep them well informed of what their decisions are and what they are entitled to. Yes. And so hence the reason why you and I are having this conversation, because the information needs to be spread, that they don't have to stick with what they currently have, be shoved into a plan that they don't like, that they do have options that are available for them.
Oh my goodness, that's so valuable. And I think it's nothing more empowered than having a informed consumer. We, as I say, we lack, or we fail because of lack of knowledge. And so the fact that we are now in this period, we don't want people to wait until the new deadline. Hello, act now. Back now, the hello, and you can
Hello.
give the Golden Years Agency a call at 773-746-1643. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a quick commercial break. We got a message from our Cook County Treasurer, one of the friends of Senior Talk. When we come back, we want to talk about this new and this special enrollment. What does that mean? How do we be prepared? And why we need to call Golden Years Agency. Everyone stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
Clara, thank you.
All right. Stay tuned, everyone.
Hi, I'm Maria Pappas, Cook County Treasurer. Property taxes are due March 2nd, but there's no late fee through May 3rd. Go to cookcountytreasurer.com, put in your street address to pay online, search for $76 million in double payments and $46 million in missing exemptions. See if your property is on the tax sale delinquency list. Put in your address at cookcountytreasurer.com.
All right. That is very, very, very important.
That is important.
We're asking everyone, please go to cookcountytreasurer.com. If you need more information, please call the Senior Talk office, and I will give out my number. I failed to do that. It's 312-428-6919. They've been a partner of our program since the latter part of the fall. I am happy to say they're getting great results, but there are several communities in Cook County that have not utilized the services, and I have the facts, dates, and where they're located. So that'll be revised on another show, but I'm just saying, go to Cook County Treasurer, call them and see if you're due to have a refund. Some refunds have been over $4,000. That can make a big difference at this point. That can make a really, really, really big difference. All right. So our special guest and co-host today is Tetarina. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did, ma'am. Yes, you did.
She is a busy woman. And what I really want to thank you for is, sharing a little bit of your true transparency. There was a lack of something that you found in your community that you had to dive into to take care of your loved ones. And you did the investigation. So here you are 20 years now plus in this business and having great success. So we're now talking about this special enrollment period.
Yes.
What does that mean right now? The deadline was what, March 31st?
It was, yes. And
give us a stats. Let's break it down. This is your show now. Go ahead, do your thing.
Okay, Miss Clara. So great news here, my population, my audience. Great news here. The one thing that we were faced with during the winter months was that we were hit with the winter storms. As we know, that power outages, we weren't able to get out due to the snowstorms, and we were not able to get the information out to our population, to the senior or the Medicare recipients. I think that's a better terminology. So what FEMA has done has extended the deadline for open enrollment. It was, and of course, we really just cannot advertise open enrollment, but for this one, the FEMA actually extended this special election for Medicare recipients to make a one-time change. So if you're in a plan, that's the one thing about being with Golden Years is that we're very neutral. We're not brand loyal. So we cater to whatever plan that is good for you. So there's many plans that are out there, especially when it comes to dental, vision, hearing, transportation. But with that said, if you're in a plan that is not just well suited for you, guess what? You have to May 31st, or however long May is, May 30th or May 31st, that you can make that one-time change. And it's a life change. So if you have a Part C plan that you have, you can make a change all the way through May 30th, the end of May. I think that's better said. So again, if you're stuck in a plan, or if you just have a plan, or if you want just a plan review, just to do a plan comparison, please reach out to me. the information Miss Clara has, and reach out to me. And I actually have a couple of agents that is working with me. So it'd be myself that will be following up with you, or a couple of one of my agents that I have trained personally. And so again, I'm well invested into this. I treat every Medicare recipient as if they were my loved one. And I always say, you know what, you got to do what's best for you and make the best decision. Again, like I said, this is an important decision. And so you're going to be not stuck. I always say you're locked in until open enrollment or the annual enrollment comes around. So again, good news here. You don't have to stick with that plan. Another great thing too, Ms. Clara, is that some of my Medicare recipients there's what you call a Medicare savings program. Woo! Or a low income subsidy.
Tell the truth. I love this plan. Yes, yes.
And so with that said, you might qualify. This is what is really, really important, my Medicare recipients, that you might qualify to have a reimbursement of your Part B that's coming out of your Social Security check. There are programs that are out here that if you qualify for these programs, guess what? That's money back in your Social Security. Wow. Or if you need help with your medication, there's another program that is called Low Income Subsidy that will help with that Part D. That means that if you can't afford your medication, there is help out here for you. So again, there's a couple of programs. One is called Medicare Savings Program, and the other one is called Low Income Subsidy. So it helps with your Part B that's coming out of that Social Security check, and then Low Income Subsidy helps with that Part D, as in David, that you pay when you go and get your medication. It helps with that. So again, this is information that our Medicare recipients have no idea there's help out here for them.
Yeah. So let me ask, so here's the question. Okay, I'm calling Golden Years Agency. How do I, as a potential client, be prepared? How do I make our time together more thorough so that I can roll? Or what are the key things I need to look at in reviewing? I'm telling the community at large, our disparities are still in place through this COVID. You're going to absolutely need some kind of care. We are working on self-care, let's be very clear, but there is still some type of information needed. So we can't let go of our disparities in our community and not be educated because we just think, oh, well, we're just trying to get through COVID. That's not the case. So what are your thoughts on that? How do we become prepared for our conversation with you? What would you ask us to bring? Get us through that first conversation and enrollment process.
And I'm so glad you brought that up, because there's still a trust issue that is going on out here in the communities. A lot of, some of my counterparts, the agents, probably done wrong by you. Or most importantly, you don't trust the information that is out here, and you just kind of stick with what you currently have. But here's what you need to understand is that, information is good for you. You have to be informed and make the best decision. So here's what you need to pay attention to. Some people don't know what's coming out of their Social Security check. When I visit some of my senior or my Medicare recipients, they have no idea what's coming out of their Social Security check. So that right there, we need to understand what is coming out of our Social Security check. Second, what are we paying when we go to the Walmarts or go to Walgreens? Here's one important aspect is the chronic illnesses. So a lot of my communities are tragically consumed with diabetes or heart conditions. And if we don't treat that, then that just leads to other issues. And so what I've always tried to tell my population is that the key thing here is that we need to prevent.
Yes.
Prevention means going to the doctor. And so let me help you. There are plans that where you can go see a primary care doctor for zero, where you don't have to pay. It's zero out-of-pocket cost. There are zero premium plans out here. So some individuals think that, oh, I have to have a Medicare supplement. No, you do not. You do not have to have a supplement. I speak of my godmother all the time. She was paying a supplement and then paying, I call it a la carte. So she was paying a supplement that was about $200 each month to cover Part A and Part B. Then on top of that, she was paying another premium to pay for her Part D. So basically, she was paying close to $300 each month to cover her Medicare monthly bill, not bills, but premiums, just to have coverage. And then I would ask her, well, how often are you going to the doctor? And then she'll say, oh, I don't go to the doctor that often. So then I say, so you're paying the insurance company all this money when you don't even go see the doctor.
Wow.
So let me educate you that there are zero premium plans out here. Or even if you want to have a plan, if you travel, there are plans out here that are much more affordable. So that's the information. Please take a look at what you currently have. What is your budget? We're all on a fixed income, Ms. Clara, right? And, you know, let me help you maximize what you are bringing home, what you're bringing into your household. Let's keep the money in our pockets and not give it into the insurance company, which is what they're thriving off of. I want to educate you about how to save money, how to go see the doctor. That's most important. We have to go see the doctor. We have to prevent illnesses. Or even if we have an illness, let's maintain it. You know, there are screenings. These plans have zero cost to have screenings. So again, let's just re-examine what we currently have. If you have a supplement, let's take a look at that supplement. If you have a Medicare Advantage plan, let's take a look at that and make sure that you have the right plan for you. Because there's dental plans that will pay or give you up to $2,500. Also give you dentures. That's another aspect, is that our Medicare recipients, due to some illnesses or lack of going to the dentist, you know, we did not maintain our teeth. And so now there are plans that will help you where you don't have to go without. You can actually have a pair of dentures right now. So
that's a big to do. Let me say this. What I really appreciate and what's going to be successful in our community is that we take the time now, as you mentioned, to review. I think one of the key factors is Golden Years Agency is time to review what you have. As we know, some of us, well, quite a few of us are on fixed income. And so there is a review process that should take place immediately, because I know personally in the open enrollment period from last year, one of the clients called and said, your show really helped me. This gentleman was paying over $300 for insulin medicine. And the client at the time was able to get it reduced for under $20.
So
that's and that's out of pocket.
That is out of pocket each month.
That's so these periods, dates, and times are meaningful, and their purpose for us to have the extension is like, wow, really, thank you again, because some of us haven't jumped on board. So we need to be mindful of this responsibility. It's not going to go away, and we need it. And in most regards, you're entitled to it.
Amen to that. You are entitled to this. So, I what I want is just to take that stigma out of the community, because that's what we are here for. We have left industries. My agents have left vice president roles.
Wow.
So, I mean, my agents, we're here to serve our community. And I work closely with the community partners, where we are educating our Medicare recipients. This is no joke out here. We need to be aware of what we are entitled to. We paid into it. And, when my parents, again, when they were coming into their entitlement, they were so confused. And so if you're turning 65, this is information that you do need to know what you are entitled to. You're new into Medicare. Let us help you navigate through this maze of Medicare, understand what each alphabet mean.
A, B, C, D, and C. Yeah. And you know what? Here's the thing that
also enrollment.
That's right. Here's how we're going to be powerful, and this is going to make a difference. We developed this show, Senior Talk with Claire Hubbard. God gave me this show. It'll be 10 years coming up in May. And the whole purpose, the entire purpose and focus is that our community at large and those people getting better with age would not be intimidated by the process and by the process of getting better with age, getting older. And so this is why we're here. So be educated first. No question is a weird question. And more importantly, if we don't know how to answer, we'll find it together. But if there is anyone that watches my show and you hear somebody tell you, no, we don't do that, please call me. Because we have people, let's work together, because somebody else may need that answer or that question asked. So we are working to make sure that we remove the intimidation process. Yes, you are getting better with age. Yes, you are living longer. Yes, you need certain special things here and there. This is why we are in place to make this happen. So we're asking everyone, follow this video. You can find on Senior Talk with Claire Hubbard on YouTube. It'll replay on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm using every marketing tool I have because don't be intimidated. If you have family members, if it's not for you, pass it on to someone else. The whole premise is that we are getting better. Each day we're living, we're getting better, we're becoming more knowledgeable. But why continue to just feel intimidated about things that you're entitled to? I know I want everything that belongs to me while I'm here. Very much so. And I may dig on the other side a little bit, so.
That is absolutely correct. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
So first, let me say this. I want you to give your closing remark, but we're going to tell us now 20 years why people and your future clients should become clients of the Golden Years Agency.
So again, my fellow getting better with age, I love that. That's the reason why I came up with the name Golden Years, because I didn't just want to come up with a name that was just so generic. I wanted it to represent the community that you guys are in. But here's what there's a couple of takeaways, Ms. Clara. Please don't, there's fear factors. I love how you said that. And intimidation. And we get stuck. I don't want you to get stuck with something that is not the best fit for you. Mm-hmm. It's almost where we're wearing shoes that are too tight and we outgrew it. But I used to love how Les Brown said this, that sometimes we get very comfortable. And he used the analogy of a dog laying on a nail. It's not completely on the nail, but it's just slightly where it's a little bit painful, Miss Clara. But we're so comfortable. We're so comfortable that we don't get up and we don't make the change. And I love that analogy because sometimes there's information and we just get comfortable with what we currently have. Or we just feel like there's nothing better for us and we just stick with it. I'm here to tell you, 20 years later, things have progressed with the insurance business. We are more compliant. Agents that were not compliant before, they are not in this business any longer. We get trained. We have to go through extensive training in order to market to our better with age population. So we are very well abreast of what is going on out here, and we are in the communities. We are the dark and the black and the brown individuals that are trying to educate our people with information that they can take away, and useful information. So I tell you, about 95% of my clients are just unaware of what it could be, just from this Medicare savings program, or not picking up that Part D when they were supposed to, when they picked up Medicare. And so they have this penalty. So trust the system a little bit more. That's all I'm asking. And just, find a plan that's more suitable, because you don't have to stick with it. We need to do a review. Let's do a review together. Okay. Absolutely. And that would be the takeaway.
So what we're going to do is we're going to get together and put together some plans of action. There are many communities who need to see this broadcast, and we're going to put our Medicare special enrollment agencies together through Senior Talk, and you are definitely on that team, because it's all in the delivery, and you have been very, very transparent. And it's just, what I'm excited about is that I hear and feel through your broadcast and time with me today is that you're about educating people. We don't need to sell. We've been sold enough. Hello, hello, hello. If I can't be educated, if I can't feel the empathy and also your sincere desire for me to learn more, then it's like our time is in vain. So you have been very great. We're going to come back definitely in May, because we're going to have to encourage a few more people, because we're going to be in May is coming up. And if we got to the 31st of May, we got 45 days. So here we go. We got to revisit again.
Here we go. Let's do it.
So let me say this. Miss Winfrey is definitely available if you want to schedule a Zoom for your community group. If you want to do, if you got a block club or anything that's meeting, she can drop off flyers. All her information is on Senior Talk Media. Use these sponsors and partners with Senior Talk. A lot of communities are not operating at this time. We've been consistent since last year through the COVID process that this is our impactful way. So if you have a community room, you have a restaurant, a business, put us on at 12 o'clock Central, 1 o'clock Eastern, and let us be your 30-minute of informations for people getting better with age. How about that?
So, amen to that. Yes, Ms. Clara. Thank you. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. So we appreciate who you are. As I said, we're going to put together another campaign for May just to keep people encouraged. Don't wait, don't wait, don't wait. The Golden Years Agency is available at goldenyearsagency.com, 773-746-1643. You can find it on Senior Talk Media. And more importantly, it's time for review. Gather your friends, your aunties, your professional people, your mom, dad, and aunties got these cards. Hey, maybe it's time for a review. Maybe we're putting more out than we should be getting in. Let's make that happen. And the Golden Years Agency can make that happen.
Absolutely.
How about that? My pleasure. So everyone, thank you for sharing this time with us today. I've been your granddaughter in the community. Our co-host is none other than Miss Tetarina Winfrey of the GoldenYearsAgency.com. So as we say, in complete darkness, we are all the same. It is only our knowledge and wisdom that separate us. Don't let your eyes deceive you. I've been your host. It's a pleasure being with you today, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Everyone, take care.
Thank you again.